Entrance, present yourself to the guard. To the guard, to the guard. Let's hurry up, because I want to go get my supper, man. Hungry. Thanks. No, not even like. Lojo stream has just gone live. All right, kids. Lojo stream is now live, so I'm gonna kick off here. Go over to Lojo stream. Let's do a shout out. I need to shout out Lojo stream, the official channel for Lord of the Rings Online, where we have a plethora of streamers. And now it's time to watch Begin Mustafa. So, do that, and as soon as I kick off here, I will kick a host over that away. So, peace out. Thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties. Don't be a jerk in Lotro. If you're a creep, you can be a jerk. But only in character, in-game. Be a jerk in anybody's Twitch channel. So, hooray! And I will see you all next week. And then on the 4th, I will be streaming both my show and Corey's at 1 o'clock, just so you know. So, peace out. Be good. Don't do a thing I would do, because it's probably illegal. Day to 4.
Okay, now we have audio. I have no idea why my microphone was muted. I'm a little annoyed by it, but at least you guys should be hearing me now. So, anyway. Let there be sound. I was just using the microphone earlier. I don't know. Proverbial ghost in the machine. Okay, let's start over. Hi everybody, I'm Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark, and thank you to the lovely and bubbly Druid's Fire for that wonderful send-off. Thank you so much. Glad to see everybody. There's a lot of great streaming going on this weekend. As she mentioned, Spylo is doing some PvP stuff. You can also check out the Tolkien Professor. He's with some folks on the Signum U channel. They're doing some raids. Mrs. Mustafa's here. She's wondering why I still have my phone. She doesn't want me to be able to call for help. And we've got Weatherstock this weekend, so you're going to want to check that out. I believe it'll be streaming live right here on the Lotro Stream channel here on Twitch, so you'll be able to catch that too. Anyway, I'm on Galandriel. I'm on Arkenstone. I'm going to be doing some 105th level content, and I was thanking Chromite Swiftpaw for helping me Wednesday night. We found a mistake that had gotten into my OBS settings, either by me or when I did the update a couple weeks ago, and I can tell you exactly what it was. The key will be, can I look at it without accidentally clicking it again? I like my chances. I'm feeling pretty lucky tonight. Enforce streaming service encoder settings had gotten checked somehow. It's a little checkbox, very innocuous on the output setup, and somehow, some way, it got checked, and apparently that's bad. So Chromite says things look much better. The important thing is that at no time was my aspect ratio ever at risk. And Eldolith, thank you for the whisper to notify me that my microphone was muted. I'm a little slow on the uptick sometimes. So, yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, if you guys were expecting perfection, you should know better than to tune into my stream anyway. It's never going to happen here. I'm okay with that. Hopefully you're okay with that. But the important thing, the Coke Zero is icy cold. It's going to be crisp, delicious, and refreshing. And I'm going to enjoy some now. But we've had a big week in Lotro. I was bragging earlier. I have gotten the title Rare Fish, which is very cool. I've caught at least 10 each of all of the cool rare fish in the Summer Festival, and I am wearing that title at the moment because, you know, that's a thing. So the other thing that happened was I finally finished Celebrated by the Host of the West. I am maxed out on General Rep, and I am focusing on grinding like heck on getting the crafting material instances opened, because I've got a lot more rep to gain this time with the sub-factions of the Host of the West. Provisioner, Weaponsmith, and Armorer. They each give different kinds of jewelry, provide upgrades to Tier 2 raid armor that this Chromite was kind enough to repeatedly tell me I'll never get my hands on. But that's okay, he's probably right. Chromite is smarter than me in all kinds of areas, so I generally tend to believe him. When last I left off, I was here in Carnhost, or Carcoast, and I am looking for, that's how you improve your gas mileage, by the way. Just have your car coast. It's that simple. I've got some first agers that I need to imbue. We might do that tonight. I've been kind of putting off doing it because I'm never sure I have exactly the right legacies on them. And I probably never will be sure I have all the right legacies on them. But, again, I generally don't expect perfection on the stream, so if I imbue something and I've got one or two wrong legacies, I'm sure there'll be a very expensive and time-consuming way to fix that at some later point. So, let's see where we're at. I think I'm dropping loot. Yeah, that's a thing. So I know you guys enjoy the inventory management, and I've got to jump into that right away because I've got a bag full of crap. And if any of the stuff disappears, I don't know I'll mind very much. So that's going on. I did complete a deed. Defeat many foes. So that's a good thing. Foe Slayer and Foe Slayer Advanced. That moved my zeal up from 24 to 25. That's exciting. So I'm feeling extra zealous. And I got 5 Lotro points for that too, so it was well worth the many, many hours I spent doing that. Discord is open. Anybody wants to pop into chat, you're welcome to join me. Yeah, I don't really need the fan on, honey. This is Mustafa's curious as to why I turned the secondary fan off here in the bedroom. We've got the air conditioning going pretty good. It was 101 here today, which may not be as hot as some areas, but you would be surprised how muggy it can get next to the Missouri River. So it is not a dry heat here where I live. It is a sticky, muggy, awful, chest-crushing, soul-sapping heat.
It's like you're talking about me.
No, you're more of a chest-crushing, soul-sucking wife that's different than weather.
Ayo.
Crude structure. A dangerous pit. Really? I didn't even realize I had a quest for this. I can apparently weaken support beams for fun and profit. So we'll do some of that because I think I passed some more up here. And now that I've gotten done blathering like an idiot for a while and secretly enraging Mrs. Mustafa, I'm going to take a look at chat. Chromite is here, and hello to him. My thanks for the help. Mrs. Mustafa is trying to tell you something. Yay, sound. Tiger King, hello. Moonrager, good to see you, my friend. Southern Belle, always a delight. Bubbles, thanks for joining us. Alright, Chromite didn't say I'd never get my hands on the raid armor. He just said that you better step up your game before the Mortar update if you want to get to make use of them. They'll be outdated when it releases. So I'll be a little bit behind the curve after release. Man, as a guard, I was going to ask Feck. Quality is A-OK now, Big Ed. I have gotten the Chromite Swiftpaw seal of approval for overall stream quality until the next time I bung up my settings. YouTube 1000, hello. Heinze, Earth was hot today, East Canada was boiling. Chromite can help with Guardian legacies if you'd like. Listen to Chromite, he is wise. Aurora Ember, howdy. We're just working through having my microphone muted to start the stream. Doe, boss is home, have fun, we'll try to return when I can. See you, Moonrager. I am on Arkenstone. Probably tanking, I'm big on defense. He's playing on Arkenstone, heat index of 105 in the south. We had to be heat index of 108, 110 today probably. I mean, that's one of the fun parts about living here is we tend to go from about 102 is pretty hot for us as far as the true temperature. It's not that we can't get hotter than that. We just rarely don't. I'd say maybe if we hit 105, people would be losing their minds. Is that for me, Mrs. Mustafa?
Yeah, I got stuff going on, so...
All right. Well, do you want to give everybody a friendly wave? You can just use my nose for reference on where to wave. Thank you, honey. All right. This evening's snack, brought to you by the lovely and debonair Mrs. Mustafa, is Fiddle Faddle.
And?
We also have some Chex Mix. She's made a variety snack bowl for me in a piece of plasticware. Very nice of her. Thank you, dear. You're editing baseball pictures?
No, senior pics right now.
Senior pictures. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the snacks. If you want to let go of my face, you can run off and go edit photos. And just check back later to see how the Coke Zero's hanging on.
All right.
Thank you, dear. Isn't she great? I never thought she'd agree to marry me in the first place, but I called her bluff, and here we are 14 years later, living happily ever after. Nine of 10. Ten of 10. You have weakened many support beams within the Tower of the Teeth. Your efforts will surely affect the enemies gathered here. Completed a dangerous pit. Completed quests of the Slag Hills. Completed quests of the Waste. New deed. Deeds of the Wastes. The other nice part about running through these quests is I get to kill lots and lots of orcs, which is just, frankly, something I enjoy doing. So... Okay. Somewhere down here I'm supposed to be finding piles of rubble I can hide traps in. That was a horror movie. The Hand. Wow, Moobot's really pumping the weather stock stuff. Carislan says, we don't have heat indexes. Yeah, August is normally the worst for us, too. Heinzie is hungry now. Western Washington. Big Seahawks fan here, by the way. Sunny and 80 today. Yeah, that's pretty ideal. About ready to go to sleep, Ed. Please fish the rest of the stream to help. I am like Ambien. That's the whole goal of my stream, is to make sure everybody gets a good night's sleep. You tune in and watch Big Ed Mustafa, and then you black out and you sleep for about 16 hours. All the crafting and the fishing. And Bumbles loves the Raiders. I'm glad to see the Raiders coming back. They need to come back. Every time the Denver Broncos win a game, I die a little bit inside. My two favorite teams are the Seahawks and who's ever playing the Broncos. which is why Super Bowl 48 was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh, here's that rubble I couldn't find. Just needed to turn left here. Who knew? I'm gonna murder this orc. He was just sitting there minding his own business. Patriots fan since the 70s? That's cool. If you can live in Washington State and hang on to being a Patriots fan, more power to you. There we go. So I just need to burn some banners, apparently. I've got everything else done. So let's see if we can find some more banners I can set fire to. Looks like there's a bunch up ahead. There's one here. Let's light it on fire. That's why you should always bring a Zippo into the dungeon with you, just in case you need to burn some banners. The best Super Bowl was the '83 one when the Raiders wiped the floor with the Redskins. Oh, there's one of the overseers. Should I go murder the overseer just to murder the overseer? It would be humorous. Let's see if I need any more banners. 8. I probably will have to go up there. 9. See, now what's interesting about this is I went and destroyed a bunch of beams, and I've basically turned this whole tower into a big death trap, and then I delved further down into it, so I've got a good chance of, you know, getting buried alive and dying hopelessly at the bottom of a rubble pile in here. So I got that going for me. And he did not make it. So that's a thing. Completed quickening the decay. Now I just have to find my way back out of here. Do you group with viewers? Yes. Yes, I do. That dude was gonna shoot me. Or something else was aggroing me. Howie Long was my idol when I was growing up. Such an awesome defensive end. He was awesome, wasn't he? There we go. Those are the stairs up I was looking for. That is fantastic. Okay, there was a tunnel back there I'd kind of like to go take a look at. But my loot bags are full. Every legendary item I have needs to be reforged and or crushed. And I don't know if I'm going to get another quest to go back down that tunnel anyway, if I just go back to the camp and turn in the quests I have. So I'm going to go turn in the quests I have, see what I'm supposed to go do next. I was stationed in Washington while in the Navy. Loved it. What a beautiful place. It is gorgeous up there. Bremerton? Cannabic? Yes, Howie was very good. No, Whidbey Island, Carislan. Ah, I always forget about the Naval Air Station. I go back even farther than that, a very young John Madden. I'd like to join if you ever... Oh, if ever you then, thank you. Sure, Heinzie, just keep an eye open, and we do group stuff on here. I said do, so hopefully everybody's giggling. But, yeah, you can come out and run around with us. I think Chromite and Zinger have both joined me on stream for different things before. I know Zinger and I went out one night and just did a pickup group, and we went out hunting roving threats in Western Gondor, and actually got all of them in one run, and nobody got dropped, and it went very well. So my schedule isn't very set. Friday nights from 10 p.m. Eastern to 1 a.m. Eastern are about the only time of the week that I know for a fact I'm going to be playing Lotro. So I don't get a chance to do a lot of group stuff or raiding. It's generally all kind of ad hoc, but I do enjoy it when I get the chance. See, I'm wearing my cosmetic armor of the Reminiscent Dragon, so the Fell Beasts just think I'm like a little dragon or Fell Beast, so they're ignoring me. It's my Mordor disguise for the wastes out here. There we go. That guardsman can be on her way knowing that we killed the guards. Anyway, Jack Tatum, old school Charles Woodson at safety, yeah. Loaded ordnance on A6Es. Hydraulic and power plant mechanic, very cool. Thank you all for serving, by the way. Nishibug, howdy! Yeah, I live near Stratcom in Bellevue, Nebraska, and Eldolith's husband was stationed there, and I got to meet Eldolith in person before. I think I creeped her out so much that once Eldolith met me face to face, she convinced her husband that they needed to move to a different continent, so they're in Germany now. But still, it was nice to meet her. Just wish I had made a better impression. I feel bad they moved halfway around the world. They could have stayed. Most of my doctors say I'm harmless now. I'm dropping loot. If ever you think Lotro is dying, just go out to where all of the level cap players are waiting for the next update or expansion to start. You will find it crowded indeed. There's no shortage of people out here in the wastes. Let's see what we got. A dangerous trap. And I've got more quests.
Will you hear my plight? Faith alone will not stop the enemy.
Thanks for stepping directly in between me and the NPC I'm trying to click on. That's awesome.
Will you hear my plight?
Be classy, don't call him a dumbass. Be classy, don't call him a dumbass. Sorry, didn't mean for that to be out loud.
To drive enemy forces out of the caverns of Skoyrock, and so prevent them from stinging at Aragorn's heels.
So I'm in an instance of this? I am in an instance of this. Alright, let's leave the instance. I was headed to town. SKDX Killer, Nick, how are you, bud? Thanks for coming by. I will come back for this quest. Oh, perfect. That's on a timer, too. Everybody say hi to Aragorn as we ride past. I've got 2 more whispers. Okay, that's taken care of. I have arrived with a mighty thud.
May Faramir guide us to victory.
So much junk. Sell the emeralds. Could probably sell a couple stacks of zircons too. I don't think I need 1,400 of them. Plus the 200 or 300 I already have that are polished. Worn fur, scrolls of something or other. Bunch of junk. So much stuff, so little pack space. Hey Kryles, how's it going? Just gonna pop in and go into lurk mode, but have a great stream. I will do that, my friend. Thank you for coming by. Zircon encrusted tweezers. That would be terrific, wouldn't it? Pre-sales are now available for Mordor. Remember, you should probably go ahead and pre-order multiple copies of the Mordor expansion. You don't want to just get one and then wear it out right away. Go ahead and get a backup. So some of the fun topics we've been dealing with over the last few weeks. I've heard there's lots of talk about whether or not folks thought the whether or not the expansions were priced accordingly, you know. My thinking is that they can charge whatever they want. So they don't have to price things cheaply and we don't have to buy it. I don't think they're unreasonable. I mean, for a big full expansion like Mordor to be priced at $39.99, that seems very typically normal to me. The other stuff that's out there that people want, the high elf, the cosmetics, the mounts, the titles, you know, that's all fun stuff. The fact that you want it shows that it has value. The fact that they want to monetize that, that's capitalism. So my intentions for Mordor are actually to be patient and wait. I'm sitting on almost 5,000. Well, let's take a look and see. How many Lotro points does Big Ed Mustafa have? And this is just on my primary account. I have a secondary account that's also free to play. I'm sitting at 4,370. So if $39.95 in cash turns into $39.95 in Lotro points come November, December, I'm set. But I don't really feel the need to rush in and be the very first person in Mordor, because as Chromite will attest, I often get lost and confused and need help. So for me to be the first person anywhere and having other players going, hey, how do you do this? And me going, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I'll get there eventually. So I'm actually going to sit patiently and wait to spend my Lotro points. You know, it would have been perfectly natural for Standing Stone Games to actually stagger access to Mordor. If it were me, I would have said, like, okay, everybody who pays $130 for the expansion, you get in July 31st. Everybody who pays $79.99, you get in August 15th. And everybody who pays $39.99, you get in August 30th. So, if you think they're being unfair, it could have been a lot worse and a lot more lucrative for Standing Stone Games. Fortunately for us, they love and respect their players, so they didn't do that.
What news do you bring, traveler?
I am old. No one ever gets my Zappa refs. Yeah, I have to admit, I didn't get the zircon encrusted tweezers, Bumbles. I like the idea of Frank Zappa. I didn't listen to a lot of Frank Zappa. Okay, what are we reforging first here? Champion Spear. Champion's Rune. That's a lot of stuff to crush.
I greet you, friend.
That was nice. I freed up 2 whole pack spaces at the healer selling stuff. Well, let's crush some LIs and see where we're at. I agree with Feck. 80, 60, 40. I hadn't left yet, but I think a point of contention is making point players wait months and months to play. Yeah. That is an issue, Kryles. Since returning, I've got my garden to East Rohan. I still have... You've still got a while before I can even think about Mordor. Not everyone is a free-to-play, got points by deeds, so I spent $300 when they went to SSG with part of the plan to buy Mordor, because it was so generous supporting them with a large purchase of points. I either have to shell out another 50 to 60 Canadian to play Mordor right away, or I can use said points in November, December. I'm sure I'm not alone. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are frustrated by it. Yep. Okay, Eldolith, that's squared away. Sorry that showed up in chat. Okay, we were just taking care of a little housekeeping there. Nothing to see here. Move on. What was I doing? I was going to crush some legendaries. For some reason, I've got it in my head I want a light bridle for something. I think I'm going to play around with Warsteed stuff. But I definitely don't need a third age spear. So let's just smash this thing to pieces. Red Bleed, Ferocious Strikes, Brutal Strikes. Yeah. We'll just keep taking Battle Frenzy cooldown for no particularly good reason. Light bridle. So I got 2 light bridles at max. Don't really care which of the 2 I keep. And we'll just go ahead and crush these last 2. Merciful strike. Bracing attack. We'll take bracing attack. All right. Well, I guess I can restock the LIs.
Well met.
What do I need? 3 more open slots. We'll do the dagger. It's a little bit like Clue. I'll take the dagger with the medium bridle in the conservatory. And we'll bounce 10 to the bottom of the list because it's the 10th. And I think all these other bridles, I can just go ahead and can them. And that will make room for bag space. It's a happy thing. Let's see what we got. Don't need that. 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 Title awarded. Heroine of the Slag Hills. Deed completed. Quests of the Wastes. Quests of the Slag Hills. Confidence is 26. That's a meta. It's all very exciting. New deed bestowed. Deeds of the Wastes. 1 of 4 complete. And I got 5 more Lotro points. There's that road. And I've still got 40 minutes to go get this timed quest done, whatever it's for. Let's read about it, shall we? Thurndal has asked you to investigate Skoronok and find a way to discourage the invaders from remaining there. Orcs of Mordor dwelling in the caverns below are up to many nefarious activities. That I can believe. And we have continued the culling. That's a good thing. What is that cosmetic helmet you have there, Big Ed Mustafa? Again, I am wearing the armor of the Reminiscent Dragon. It was a cosmetic reward for completing a scavenger hunt, at least one of each year during the 10th anniversary. I got 29 of the 30 anniversary scavenger hunts complete. Year 7 trifles, you have to go back through a bunch of 6-man and raid instances and perform. I can't go directly in, it's an instance. I got to go back to the NPC that gave me this. So wrong right cave, wrong way to get there. But that year 7 trifles one, you have to go through a bunch of 6-man and 12-man raids, and then do emotes at a lot of the raid bosses, and there's just not a good way to do it solo. And by the time I discovered that was the last one I had remaining, there just wasn't enough time to get anything organized to go do all of them. I think there was 12 of them total, and I could do 2 of them solo. The Watcher and the Turtle. And I did those, and the rest went incomplete. Somewhere there's a camp out here. No, I don't want to defeat enemies. Sometimes, even though you're a man, you have to stop and look at a map. I just need to turn south, and they're right over the next hill. Okay, what else was I going to do? Norian battle lore. That's wording lore. That's battle lore. If you're not using those scrolls of warding and battle lore, get yourself a scholar immediately and start cranking them out. They are extremely useful. You can create them for characters of all levels. The sounds of enemies echo off the walls. Complex ores. Defeat maggot larvae, so I'm wasting my time on the orcs. There's an extra Slayer deed, so this is actually apparently the first of the resource instances, so that's cool. Or I'm wrong. It's been known to happen. Well, if nothing else, we're getting all of the new legendary items to level quickly. Rich Daggerlid scrap deposit. Ooh, mysterious ore. Maiden of Rohan, howdy. Be careful around these bends in the cavern. Jirosi has just started viewing. Hi, Jirosi. Good to see both of you here. Both fellow stream team members. We've got lots of fun folks in with us tonight. Glad to see you all here. Well, I mentioned a couple of controversies we've been discussing amongst ourselves, one of which was the price of the expansion, which I have no problem with. The other one is there was a rather humorous thread going in the forums about the Lotro stream and the content that we stream. And some folks thought we could be streaming better stuff, endgame content and PvP and raids and all this stuff. And my response was, well, you guys are so awesome, you should come join us. You can stream whatever you think people want to see. And if you're a good streamer, I'm sure we'll find a spot for you on Lotro streams straight away. And they were like, I don't like streaming. And it didn't occur to them that the folks that are hardcore raiders who really like PvP are generally too intently focused on their games to bother streaming. So in order to stream while you play, you kind of have to play casually. And I don't know why that thought was lost on them. But that's okay. They brought up a good point. Sometimes on Friday nights I come home from work and I'm kind of brain fried from everything I've been doing all day. And I won't lie to you. Some nights it takes all my concentration just to get the fishing done. But maybe we could try a little harder. Maybe we could organize more stuff. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to that. And, you know, I mean, some of the criticism that was levied at us, I don't think all of the streamers took with a grain of salt. But I thought that the folks who said that might have a point or two to make. Speaking as somebody who spent a lot of time fishing on the summer festival the last couple of weeks. So yeah, maybe we could do more exciting stuff. Although getting group content organized in a timely fashion is sometimes challenging. Much less, I have a lot of friends who play Lotro who would do group content with me, but they're not on Friday nights from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, so That's one of the reasons why you very rarely see me doing anything with a group here on Lotro Stream. I kind of picked a time when nobody else could be on, because it's Friday night. Sounds pretty tedious. Redhead alert, Big Ed in the house. What's going on, man? Hi, Alpha Centauri. We are busting open crafting instances. I need materials. So I think I'm finally to the point where I can come out and run these and get the stuff I need to craft for the Host of the West sub rep. It's a good thing. What would be better on a Friday night than Lotro? I agree. Guess I didn't really need to stop to fight the slug. More foes occupy the passageway ahead. Okay, if you're going to ignore me, I'm going to ignore you. There's not a slug slayer deed in the wastes, at least that I'm aware of at this point. Drosy says, I'm going to keep on doing whatever I want and not care about what people say about it. Excellent attitude. This is our playtime when we're on the stream, and, you know, if I'm in the mood to take a hobbit through the Shire, I will take a hobbit through the Shire. I mean, the whole point of getting the Lotro stream ramped up and encouraging other peoples to stream Lotro was so that there would be a variety of stuff on all the time and you could watch whatever interests you. I mean, we have some really cool far out streamers on the team. The thread started out as praise for Spylo. If you have not caught Spylo's stream, please check it out. We're excited to have him with us. Apparently he's been streaming a lot of player versus monster player stuff out in the moors, which is terrific. Andrew All-Stars had also been streaming a lot of that. Andrew is still streaming Lotro, although he's left the stream team. Not due to any problems or anything, he just decided that he wanted to concentrate more on building his own channel, which is perfectly natural. Bloodborne kind of ebbs and flows occasionally, where he'll spend a lot of time on Lotro stream, then maybe focus on his own stream a little more. Nothing wrong with that, you know. We're all volunteers here. I enjoy promoting Standing Stone. I enjoy promoting Lotro. And I've got one more maggot larva to kill. Let's see if I can find it. You're the lucky winner. Okay, so I got both of those done. I don't know when my timer expires. But yeah, I mean, we've got Feckless, we've got Evil Twin, we've got Bloodborne. Andrew's still streaming Lotro, even if it's not on Lotro stream. So to say that we don't show player versus player, to say that we don't show raids, to say that we don't show, you know, max level group content, you know, there's a lot of casual streaming that goes on, but I think we have a nice variety of everything. So, not to justify our existence, but I just didn't want to have that go by and at least not consider it and reflect on it. So, we try to keep everybody entertained here, and at the end of the day, whether we're doing, you know, the Silent Streets raid on Tier 2 or we're doing No Place for Spoiled Pies, I just want folks to hang out and have fun. If you learn something about the game, you know, great. You know, a lot of the folks who are streaming Lotro are often newer players who are really enjoying the game for the first time, and I like having them on the stream team because they bring that natural enthusiasm to what they're doing. You know, if you've been playing Lotro for 10 years and you've seen it all and you've done it all, and you know, you may convey a general sense of blasé that isn't appropriate. Although you might be the kind of player who can answer questions better than some of the newer folks. So. If you're one of those folks who think that my streaming content is awful and that I should be doing something completely different, all I have to say is, welcome to my stream. I'm glad you're here. That dude Glugor over there, yeah, he's gonna pay. Ooh, Evangleam, it's not the purple cap type. Kryl says you should stream one of the model plane flights. I can do that. New quest, locked strongbox, optional. Let's see if I can pull this Raider and Defiler. We definitely need a rounded out variety of gameplay, but there will always be new players that enjoy casual content as well. We're going to kill the healer first. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to get lockpicks. Open the strong box. And I forget lockpicks you get for... See, this is why you should never come to my stream for advice or guidance, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. There's some place nearby that you can get lockpicks, and when you get down to the bottom of this instance, I'm in an instance, aren't I? I can just leave. I don't have to run my way out of here. Yeah, you can get brittle lockpicks that will open those chests one time, and that's a thing. So I need to start stocking up on lockpicks now that I can get in here. And it brings me right back to the camp, which is fantastic. And I'm out of pack space, so I can't take any of this stuff. What can we throw away? We can throw these away. We can throw these away. So... reclaimed lumber, weapon scraps, rush cloth, battle plans, armor scraps, onyx. I've got so much onyx. I'm going to take caps of Evangleam. Lumber and metal scrap. Towers of the Teeth.
Let us hope you bring glad tidings, friend.
Guardian of the Depth, that's another instance. So that's a happy thing. let's go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm dying for a Vault Keeper right now, so we're just gonna pop over to Dol Amroth real quick. Eldolith says Weatherstock. Night all. Eldolith, take care. Have a good one. On my channel, you mean? Of course. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of interested in maybe doing some IRL streaming from the flying field. I've got a bunch of planes I need to get up in the air. I need to go crash some stuff, so I've got room in the garage. One of my buddy's wives is getting rather annoyed because he got a bunch of airplanes. I got a bunch of airplanes. He has some of the airplanes of mine at his garage. And then he went out and got a bass boat. So where they used to have a slight amount of room, yeah, that's all gone now. And she wants me to get my airplanes out of her house. I don't blame her. I thought he was half crazy for taking the stuff in the first place, but we had an old flying buddy of ours who had to get out of the hobby for health reasons, and he's like, yeah, I wanted to give my planes to somebody who'd actually fly them instead of just selling them to some yahoo. So he let us come over and pick through all of his stuff, which was very nice.
I greet you, friend.
If you're curious about radio-controlled airplanes as an investment, yeah, they're not very good in that regard. So what do we have? Honorian Skarn. Oh good, I maxed that out. High-grade Honorian Skarn. No room for Kalinard apparently. Honorian Herbs. Got some stuff to send out. We have a loot box. We can humiliate me by having me open a loot box on stream, and we can just see how horribly mistreated I am by the random number generator. That's always amusing. Alright, let's hit a mailbox. Hopefully Eldolith gets a good night's sleep. Kryles is reading the forums complaining about mods and streamers. It's interesting, like Big Ed Mustafa said. Heading back to low-level breed quests. I'm monkeying around on Bull Roar to check out the latest avatar updates. Very cool, Druid's Fire. Let us know how you like that. Maiden's keeping chat going while I'm staring like a derp into my screen. Thank you, Maiden. I don't have Zinger with me to keep things going, so I appreciate the help. My role on the Lotro stream team is to be as awful as possible at streaming, so that even our new streamers look great in comparison to me. People would be like, well, this guy's pretty rough around the edges, but he's no Big Ed Mustafa. He seems to know what he's doing. So it's all good in the hood, people. I'm going to send that stuff to Nemini. Oh, I need to spell out her whole name. Looks like we got a couple things for Lenorian. Zircon shards? No. Battle plans. Lenorian the Minstrel can use that stuff. We are heavy on inventory management tonight. Normal elf avatars updated on it. Yes. I'm doing some PvP in the moors. Very cool Shermanator. Hopefully you're having a good time out there. How are they, dare I ask? I personally don't mind them. The team really put a lot of effort into them. And Bumble says, oh, I'll check it in the morning. Cool. Oh, and I got a bunch of more stuff to reforge again. This gets expensive. I've got like, I don't know, that's almost a gold piece every time I have to redo this whole lineup. It's like 276 silver each times 3. So
What news do you bring, traveler?
up 216. I guess I'm whining about nothing. I like hamstring. I don't see a lot of other champions use it very often. It makes me happy though. Okay, so I've got a light bridle maxed out. And I guess I can quit. Well, you know what? I've been threatening to do this. We'll just go and do it.
I greet you, friend.
Defender of Linden. This is my one-handed sword. It's at 70 of 70. Legacies are Relentless, Remorseless Strikes, Wild Attacks, Feral and Savage Strikes, Critical Damage, Battle Frenzy cooldown, Fear Nothing cooldown. It's as ready as it's ever going to be. Boom, it's imbued. My second age sword, I would do well to find a relic reclamation scroll. So I've got a bunch of 9s and 10s in that. It'd be nice to pull out. I don't particularly need to worry about it. Let's see what we have here. Bracing Attack, Champion's Horn Stun, Devastating Strikes, Fight on Critical, Fury of Blades, Merciful Strikes, Raging Blade damage. Well, let's go ahead and imbue this too. And the Reshaped Champion's two-handed sword, that'll have to wait. So there we go. I've imbued a couple of legendary items. We'll get those maxed out, and then I've got a pile of Anphila Starlit Crystals to use on them later. It's all good. And that led to pack space. So that's a thing. Remote quest. Locked strongbox optional. New mail. Since I am free to play, I'll have to go find a mailbox to check that out.
How's your little dance party?
Pretty good.
Is anybody watching you?
Nobody's watching, honey. I'm
Who's
mostly
on?
just talking to myself.
Who's on that I would know?
We've got Druid's Fire, Maiden of Rohan, Bumbles. We've got the Shermanator. Kryles is lurking. We've got Carislin. We've got... Eldolith just went to bed. You just missed Eldolith.
Eldolith?
Hijazia.
I was going to ask
actually,
her.
if I click this, I can just read down the whole list, but I hate to call out anybody who's just lurking.
Oh.
There's a couple of people in here. Mrs. Mustafa greets each and every one of you warmly.
Eldolith, wie geht es euch?
She went to bed, honey.
Oh.
Hopefully Eldolith is already asleep.
Alles Gute. Woche Nacht. Tschüss.
Spilo is here. Sam
No
Burke.
Singer. Where's Singer?
Singer's not been online much.
I'm very disturbed by that.
That's okay. Hopefully
he
he's
have
getting
a
some
job?
fresh air and sunshine.
Does he have a job or something?
I don't know. Hopefully only good things are happening. Southern Belle is here.
Southern Belle.
She says you're her Murder, She Wrote compatriot. Aurora Ember says hello. Spilo says hello.
Tell Southern Belle that it's not a really good episode right now. It's the one where the defectors from Russia.
That's my favorite one. How can you say that's not good?
It's not the good one.
Okay. I have Caps of Evangleam. I need bottled water, uncooked bacon, and clay pots. Where's my supplier? Expert cook, supplier. Look at you right in the middle of the crafting area.
Gondor needs your aid.
She planned ahead. Large clay pot. Piece of uncooked bacon. And we need an oven. Or a campfire. And we'll burn another scroll because I didn't make sure I had all that stuff before I clicked the first scroll. Not been doing well on critical success on this stuff. Although it looks like I did it on the onyxes, so that's a good deal. Didn't do it on the provisions though, which is fine. Okay, so that's done. So we can go up to any random vendor here. Repair some stuff. Now is the time to clean out the loot bag. Minor essence, minor essence. Stupid Alorngius scrolls that are useless. Jewelry that's not good. Burst membranes. Reeking filth is useful. Still have to see what the new mail is. And if you can guess what my Hobbit present is, you get a free car. It was Daleman's Crams. Nobody typed that in, so I don't have to give the car away. Isn't that a fun game? I enjoy that. Hooray for me and Daleman's Crams. I think I was saying something earlier about the random number generator hating me. It's a pretty good example. It's Big Head Mustafa. What should we give him? He's free to play. Daleman's Crams it is. Who knew? Bumble says Murder, She Wrote was my childhood. Oh, Bumble 232. Not to be confused with Bumbles. Saxy Pants says the pants are in the building. Gussie Moose prefers pantless.
Amen, sister.
Zorak, thank you. I can actually... Well, I don't know if I can afford the reforging costs. Oh, that's extremely generous. Not necessary, but thank you. Glad you're enjoying the stream, Spilo. Appreciate the cash. One of the problems I have with Galandriel is that... Awesome, thank you. I have a horrible addiction to stat tomes. Whenever I get 400 or 500 gold pieces put together, I usually run straight to the auction house and piss it all away. So that's a thing, because, you know, you can't take it with you. You may as well spend it. Alright, let's head back to Camp of the Host. Just out of curiosity, anybody in chat happen to tell me the best place or most convenient place to get brittle lockpicks? Where do you shop? Auction house has lockpicks. 6-man instances. Best place to use them. Oh. I thought I could trade in Host of the West silver pieces for him. Farm flowers in the dead marshes. Okay, well, I've got plenty of essences. I just need to go find somebody to trade them with. I'll just go back to the Camp of the Host and look around. Those aren't travel skills. Here we are. Return to Camp of the Host. Yeah, farming flowers has not been an issue. Where's Wallet? So I have 103 amber extracts, 2,219 crimson extracts, 581 golden extracts, 50 sapphire, 1,996 umber, 2,609 verdant, and 479 violet. So if you want to know what endgame content looks like in Lotro, it involves flower picking. Lots and lots of flower picking. Because that's a thing.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
Okay, so the stuff I crafted, I just turned into trade items by bartering them. And now I can just right-click on them and burn them up. There's 500 rep. And that should be 1,500 rep. And that 2,000 rep was the result of the crafting I just did in Dull Amrith. And now we're ready to venture back out into the waste. Oh, barter with the star one of the last on the list. That would be the quartermaster, who is probably back this way. Ranger captains.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
I am celebrated. Because that's a thing, apparently.
You're celebrated.
Consumables. Scrolls. Crap. More crap. Alright, that's not working. Let's just go all. Let's go to the third page. Spooky horn emote. Yeah, let's get the spooky horn emote. I'll bet if I look in chat, it's going to tell me I'm at the wrong vendor. Spooky horn. Not allowed while mounted. Spooky horn. Well, that's kind of anticlimactic. So that's a thing. Okay. It's the barter with the star, one of the last things on the list. Which is what I thought. Superman. Herbalists and herb masters don't have lockpicks. Somebody somewhere has brittle lockpicks.
Must protect Gondor at all cost.
There we are, set of brittle lockpicks. Violet and golden. 20 of each. I'll get 3 sets for now. Look at me, everybody. I am learning. I am learning new stuff tonight. The doctors told my parents I should never be allowed to even feed myself with a fork because I'd probably hurt myself. And here I am learning. It is glorious. I think I'm still working on the culling too. That's a thing. And in case you're curious, I like killing boars and crawlers because they both tend to give off multiple task item turn-in items. Kraban are useless. Killed one anyway. Would have rather been attacking that boar. And then I circled around behind and he turned on me anyway. Still got a one-shot kill in though, that's a happy thing. Greetings all, Moonrager is back. You know what's missing? In-game music. I didn't realize. I turned it down when I was watching Druid's Fire. And was setting things up and I never turned it back on. So shame on me. We'll get some tunage going. 14. Oh, good. We get to finish with a boar. Culling complete. We can go kill orcish things now. Night has been productive. Seem to be concentrating. That scares me. Laser-like focus. So we have crafted, we have eaten on camera, we have done inventory management, so I just need to do task turn-ins and fishing, and we have a complete stream on the books. Very exciting. Plenty of time to do that. We'll continue to explore the wastes. An inch ever closer to hopefully getting ready for Mordor at some point in the distant future. Oh, looks like we had somebody pop into Discord finally. Hi. Can I help you with something, sir? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Big Ed Mustafa. Is there anything in particular that you need? Okay, yeah, that's me. Clint Eastwood just checking in with us, folks. Yep. If you're like Clint and you're looking for Big Ed Mustafa, you're in the right place. Oh, I'm still holding the two-handed sword. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm told that people use two-handed swords all the time. Coke Zero? Coke Zero is on hand. I do not have my sponsorship deal yet, Sam. Hopefully that's coming soon. You'd know if that was Clint because you're besties? Durin, I did have a good week. I streamed a lot, which has been nice. I've been trying to get on more lately. And had a pretty good week in Lotro. I was talking earlier about getting the Rare Fish title right before Summer Festival closed. Also finished Celebrated with the Host of the West. So I can work on sub-faction rep instead of general rep. No more daily grind unless I decide I need a bunch more Host of the West silver pieces at some future point. And the silver lining there is I'm really good at running those dailies, so I'll be able to accumulate a lot of them quickly if it ever comes to that. Bone mallow. And it looks like I'm not done with flower picking yet, because if I like what the lockpicks do for me, I need to keep grinding violet and gold. So this project that I've been in the middle of at work, we have a client at our data center who's in the process of completely replacing their network environment. They're retiring a bunch of old Nexus 7010 and Nexus 5000 series Cisco switches and replacing them with this new ACI network with a 100 gig backbone and lots of new hardware. And from a workflow standpoint, it's sort of the equivalent of waterboarding, that they just pile and pile and pile and pile the work on us, and we struggle to breathe. And then every once in a while the water lets up and we get a chance to lift our head up and suck in some air, and as soon as we do, the deluge starts again. And the good part about this week was we got some air. We were finishing up a bunch of installs and kind of clearing some room, and it felt pretty good. And it's like, hey, yeah, we're on top of this. Things are going good. And then as the day wore on, tickets for new installs started pouring in again. And then we had a delivery truck show up with 4 more blade chassis, an entire pallet of extra blade servers, and it's just like, oh, all right, we'll keep digging. It's good to be busy. So I can't really complain from that standpoint. If we got something going on and customers are busy moving in equipment, life is good and everybody will continue to get paychecks for the foreseeable future. I need to eat another bit of food. 7-star stew. Almost convinced me to come back and get working on my 65th level warden again, almost. Well, I'm having fun. I don't know if you'd have fun or not, but that's the nice thing about Lotro. It's here waiting if you ever decide you want to take the plunge. And if you're paying what I'm paying to play the game, you got nothing to lose. Although I think if you ever went VIP, it would be tough to give it up. Lotro is not pay to win, but the convenience factor, it's not even about convenience. If you go VIP, what you get access to, the Destiny point system, you get the Swift travel, you get 500 Lotro points a month. It's about quality of game time. You know, I spend a lot of time doing stupid stuff, you know, grinding Slayer deeds and, you know, hunting around, finding mailboxes and doing my inventory management. And if I were VIP, a lot of that stuff would go away, or be easier. And if you spend the money to subscribe to Lotro, it just means that the time that you do have to spend in game is generally more fun. So don't be like me, boys and girls. Go VIP. You'll be glad you did. Okay. Defeat enemies within the Towers of the Teeth. Locked strongbox optional. I'm going to head back and start the other Towers of the Teeth quest. I wouldn't say more fun, but more productive. Well, being unproductive generally isn't fun, so... That's also a good way to put it, though, Moonrager. They mostly come at night. Mostly. The fine line between being busy enough to keep time moving quickly versus full-on panic mode. Yeah, we've been in panic mode at the office. It's... They want what? By when? Can we do that? I'm in a salaried position, so they don't actually ask me to work very much more than my schedule. I still have to come in and help with stuff on occasion, but we've got some hardware engineers that are hourly, and they've been working like 20, 21 days in a row. Just crazy. Slugs. I must have come this way. Or did I? Nope, that's going back down again. It was a wrong turn. Let's go say hi to this archer. So I should be glad I get the time off that I do. It's the hourly guys. I mean, you make hay while the sun is shining, but I got no interest in working 20 days in a row without a break. I've got too much goofing off to do. Toy airplanes to crash, and video games to play, and all opinions to make fun of. I'm definitely a believer that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Okay, enemies beneath the mountain complete. We'll kill the healers. There we go. Thought I was somewhere near the exit. There it is. I am near the exit. Okay. That's exciting. I mostly play MMOs for the social aspect, but I find with Lotro I only get to play late in the evening, and I'm out west, so I just not found a lot of folks to play with. You might try Evernight. The EU folks should be getting up and playing about the time you're getting a chance to play. And you might find that server more active if you like to play later in the evening. Just a thought. Not that you want to start over on a new server, but it might at least be worth looking around. I know there's a lot of folks both in Europe and in North America who play on Evernight for that reason. It's just a thought. Okay, where's that camp I can't find? Mostly north and just a touch east of my current location. Mrs. Mustafa has wandered by to check on me. She seems satisfied that I'm not up to anything particularly abhorrent, and has since wandered off again. At least the camp's cleared out a little bit. I can see the NPC I need to click on.
Let us hope you bring glad tidings, friend.
I hope I bring glad tidings as well.
The Rangers of Ithilien seek your intrepid aid in breaking the lidless vigil that the Towers of the Teeth...
How many like to pronounce VIP as whip?
From within.
Are you a Game of Thrones fan? I am a Game of Thrones fan. I do not watch it while it's current. I tend to wait until the discs come out on Netflix, and I order the season then. So I'm all caught up on season 6. I have not seen an episode of season 7 yet, although I heard the premiere was really good. And Mrs. Mustafa likes the dragons. She doesn't care much for the people, but that's okay. It's a gift of rune. And what's funny is I think I've got the first 3 seasons on DVD. I thought my nephew might be interested in hanging out and watching it, but he's 15 now. I mean, he's old enough to watch it. Yeah, there's some boobs in there, but when you're his age, you're grateful to see them. But he actually hasn't had much interest in it. It's one of those things that when you hear everybody talk about how awesome something is, you're like, yeah, whatever, it can't be that awesome. So I don't think he spent a lot of time checking it out. But yeah, I enjoy Game of Thrones. Short answer. No spoilers then. Thanks. I watched neither Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead for about the same reason on both shows. I will give you a warning that Netflix, I think, is losing HBO shows this year. Well, they haven't been having them available to stream for the most part anyway, but I don't know how HBO would block them from renting the discs. I mean, I would think the Federal Trade Commission would have a problem allowing HBO to block Netflix from getting access to something that, you know, Redbox or any other disc rental service would have. Ooh, I defeated an Uruk. I shouldn't even be back in this tower. I already busted up many of the beams. It's not safe. Do not like running in yellow AoE line in here with all these mobs. It isn't that. I think I'm so used to red line that if I'm in yellow line and I only have one mob, I feel like I'm missing the boat. I have enough AoE stuff equipped in red line that I've got 3 or 4 AoE attacks to use, and if you mix them in between the singular attacks, I mean, I tend to cut stuff down pretty fast as it is. The tower's foundation is in ruins, certainly unsafe, so it's just a personal preference thing. I've got more of a feel for red line. I like red line, and if you have a single target, the AoE stuff doesn't hit nearly as hard. So I'm just like, I like having those red line attacks for when it's just me one-on-one. And there are a lot of fights where that comes into play. I mean, like when I was hunting fire starters in North Athelion, you know, you're generally fighting those one-on-one, and when something's got 100,000 morale, you don't want to be pulling your punches. You want to hit just as hard as you absolutely can. Come on, let's snap out of it. There we go. Like, this is a good example right here. It's me one-on-one versus this war leader. So if I can hit him with Remorseless Strike, or I can hit him with Ferocious Strike, that's going to do way more damage than any of my AoE stuff could. I think Yellow Line's my other trait line, but I don't play it. I'm just a berserker at heart. Oh, kill the healer first. Okay, so we've dropped our fair share of Uruk. Never a bad thing. And there he goes. Southern Belle hasn't seen either one. No HBO, and nothing about the description has enticed me to make the effort to find them elsewhere. Yeah, I watched a lot of The Walking Dead, I think through season 6, and when it left off with Negan doing the eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I don't know what it was about that. I decided I didn't really care what happened next. I mean, the storyline, it's an interesting show to me because it's not about the zombie apocalypse. It's about people. The zombie apocalypse is just kind of a narrative tool, if that makes any sense. But it just goes from awful to awful to awful with little to no redeeming events happening. And it's just, I mean, the whole thing has a Lord of the Flies feel to it, where it's like, okay, we get it, humanity's awful. You know, the veneer of civilization is super thin. And it's just like so depressing I don't want to watch it anymore. Raiders. I wasn't sure you had streaming or DVD accounts or both. I think they're losing streaming rights. Yep, true. Hogovich agrees. Sam Burke says, well, HBO have done a big push lately to promote HBO online, so it's not surprising if they try to limit streaming rights on their own service in order to get more subscribers. Yes, Netflix was such a huge runaway success that it kind of frightened a lot of other companies, and they've had to deal with a backlash from that. But I mean, they just do it better than anybody else. Speaking as a very happy longtime Netflix subscriber, it's just a really good service. They spent a lot of time giving that streaming away to disc subscribers just so they could develop it and improve it and make it saleable. And we do have both. I get discs and watch streaming. You can also get HBO via Amazon Prime as an add-on channel. Yeah, and Showtime is available through Hulu. I've been trying to convince Mrs. Mustafa that we need to just cancel cable TV and maybe up our internet bandwidth. Of course, I want to up the internet bandwidth for streaming quality, but she is just wired differently from me. She likes flipping channels. She likes commercials. She likes getting up and walking away from the TV when she's watching something. I tend to watch I watch with purpose. I don't generally just put the TV on for background noise. And she does that a lot more than I do. She likes to fall asleep with the TV on. I think it's to drown out the noise in the back of her head where she can hear the voices whispering, "You shouldn't have married Ed. You made a mistake. You made a mistake." And if she turns on Murder, She Wrote loud enough, she can't hear that anymore. So that's probably a good thing. He did not make it. The foundation of Narcos is overrun with the enemy. Well, it's a good thing I brought 2 swords then. We will clean house. Like Duke Nukem said, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I am all out of gum. Let's see what else we got. Cooked food. Yeah, I think my buffs from earlier are all worn out. And all those beautiful prismatic carapaces and reeking filths rolling in. Everything a young champion needs for task turn-ins. Duke was so funny. Did we marry the same woman? Could be. Gonna rip 'em a new one. Nobody messes with our chicks and lives. I'll never understand how my wife can bounce between 3 or 4 different shows and not know how 3 of them end. Drives me crazy. That sounds very familiar. My wife only watches Lifetime and Hallmark, stuff that makes you cry. My wife's a huge Hallmark fan, but it's because of Murder, She Wrote. She loves Matlock and Murder, She Wrote and Columbo. And she has all of the DVDs for Columbo and all of the DVDs for Murder, She Wrote. And she'd still rather watch it on Hallmark and lousy video quality with commercials because she needs the mental break. "10 minutes is just too long to concentrate without taking a commercial break," apparently. So that's a thing. Four-door warrior. Maggot larva, dinner is served. Look at that. Come to Butthead. Kurgrush did not make it. He is having a bad day. It looks like I got everything else I needed. Locked strongbox optional. And naturally I don't have a bit of pack space. So if I were going to throw something away, sleek wings. Tattered feather. Alright, let's see what we got. I can loot it twice, apparently. Sounds like risky business. We have to throw out more stuff. Minor essence. Minor essence. There we go. Leave instance. So that's endgame content right now. Super exciting stuff. When I was taking care of my mother, I had to endure hours upon hours of the Kardashians. I wanted to puke. Yeah, if I walk into the house and Mrs. Mustafa has the Kardashians on the TV, I just go, turn it, 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 and I keep doing it until she turns the channel. It's just continuous. Oh my, poor Bounce. Dad is hooked on the Alaska reality shows. Okay, gang, Pillow's calling. Have a good night. Thanks for the stream, Big Ed. Enjoy your weekend. I will, Moonrager. Thanks for coming by, bud. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of you. So when I go home, that's what's on. Spiteful Smith says, hey, Big Ed, just wanted to say I really enjoy watching your stream and super excite, snore. No, but really, I do enjoy it. I am the Ambien of Lotro streamers. People come here so they can watch me, get drowsy, and get a good night's sleep. So glad you're enjoying the Ambien effect, Spiteful Smith. Or CNN is on the TV. Cannablick says, Bumbles, better you than me. I would rather eat maggot larvae than watch the Kardashians. Bumbles Bounce says, yep, if I want to know what real-life vampires and succubi are, I can point you to examples. Shows like those are a cancer on society. I might like watching the Kardashians if the sound were muted. Yeah, some of them are easy to look at, that's true. Wouldn't it be weird if Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's children grew up to be like neurosurgeons and rocket scientists and stuff? That would be trippy. Ugh, too much loot. And I think a small box of war materials. No? Yeah, I do have 2 of them on me. Okay. See, if I were a VIP subscriber, I wouldn't be standing here going, why isn't there a freaking mailbox out here? Of course, it's the Slag Hills. It wouldn't make sense for there to be a mailbox out here, but I could sure use one right now. If I right-click that, it's just going to say I don't have enough room. Should have sold those and forgot to. I've got so much crap. Alright, I guess I need to just ride back here in a little bit. So we'll head over to Heron Deer and be glad I have a war steed. Big butts don't lie. Really, we can be disgusted by the Kardashians, but shouldn't we mostly just be happy that Paris Hilton went away?
We shall hold fast against the enemy.
I'm just saying. Can't burn that. Thylian essence fragments. Good. Nothing in all of Middle-earth is quite so precious as pack space.
News of you from the lands of Gondor.
Little scraps. Don't need those. Well, I definitely will not have any issues with task turn-ins. I think we've established that much. Dexterous cloak. Deed bestowed. The enemy beneath. Enemy is beneath. So I've got 2 more Slayer deeds. That's exciting. Although really if they're going to reward you for killing orcs, you were probably going to be killing orcs anyway, so just accept it and be happy. Oh, that's what I can do. I can actually do task turn-ins while I'm here. There's a board. Over here. Task turn-ins should be done every day. They're very good for you. There's all kinds of rewards. You get Warsteed experience, you get item experience, you get general experience, you get reputation. And best of all, you get junk out of your inventory, which for me might be the most important thing. Not there. There. Oh good, I've got a bunch of stuff to reforge. Thankfully Spylo took pity on me earlier. And now I'm at 10 for the day. Boom. Oh, you also get cosmetics and titles for doing your task turn-ins. You get the Busy Beaver, the Up and Comer, you get the Hot Shot, you get the Busy Bee, you get cloaks, and most importantly, you get the ability to do more task turn-ins every day. Because that's important. And all of my legendaries need reforged, and there's not a forge master out here. I can live with that. Yeah, my task limit has been long maxed out. Can you imagine how glorious it would be if they raised the limit on daily task turn-ins? At 100th level, I was doing them in Dull Amarith. I haven't paid a lot of attention to the XP since then, since I've been level capped for a while. But if you do 10 task turn-ins a day at 100th level, in Western Gondor it was worth 250,000 XP, 250,000 experience points. If you do 10 of them, they're 25,000 XP a shot. So if you do your daily task turn-ins every day for a week, that's, 2.5 million XP, something like that. I'm probably off on the math by 1 or 2, but it's something like that. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a big number. I'm just saying, do task turn-ins. You'll be glad you did. Back to the Slag Hills. Oh, and I think when people ask me why I didn't buy Mordor, I'm just going to say no fishing. There's no fishing in Mordor, so I don't need to go there. That will be my excuse. You heard it here first. Did you hear Big Ed is boycotting Mordor because there's no fishing out there? Is that dude crazy? Yeah, he's sick in the head. Have you not seen his stream? That dude is muy loco. Not what I meant to click. Thank you. Well, you must select one. I want the Caps of Evendom, or Evangleam. That is wonderful. I can do cooking and jewelry making every day. And I've got the solo stuff unlocked.
You help bear my burden.
Now most of you have hopefully seen Langruven by now. This is an ugly, ugly, ugly camp.
Faith alone will not stop the enemy.
Langruven is like Tarling's Crown on steroids. It is an ugly place. I'm pretty sure now that I've gotten my legendaries imbued, I should be able to just come and solo this whole place. These dudes have like 191,000 morale. And there we go. This is kind of interesting. I need to defend the minstrel, because if the minstrel drops, I'm as good as dead. So I'm trying to keep the aggro off, but the minstrel's not healing me. We'll see how well we mesh here. There we go. Slowly but surely, picking away, picking away.
How goes it?
Pretty good.
You need anything?
I'm okay.
You're okay at Coke Zero?
I haven't been drinking very much, apparently. Mrs. Mustafa's checking on snack and beverage status. Oh good, another guard spawned on top of me. That is fantastic. That minstrel's going to be running for her life. And when those come back, they'll be looking for me. Oh, yeah, they dropped her. Sorry about that. Oh, she was playing dead. Good for you. Yeah, this is not a good place to be stunned at the moment. Hey, we did it. Cooked food. Yeah, I've got most of my buffs up and running. There we go. Alright, I'm kind of playing with fire over here. Langruven is tough going for two people. I don't know if I could do much. I'd be dead without the minstrel, and I don't know what the minstrel's doing over there, buffing up. I'm gonna head away while I'm still alive. Enemies beneath the towers. Anyhow. Well, I missed a bunch of chat. Mustafa's an Old Spice guy. Holy cow. Oh, are you willing to tell us what you do for a living, Big Ed? Yep, I'll get to that. Ed must have his task limit maxed out. I do. 500 task turn-ins is the cap. After that, it doesn't advance. He can keep doing them in perpetuity, though. Just went through the Trollshaws with 3 caves. At 35, pretty tough, but killed them all. Yeah, looking for the Black Rider. With inspiration, it's doable, but it's a lot of work. Spiteful Smith, sorry I didn't see your question earlier. I am a hardware engineer at a data center. I install server and network equipment and do break-fix work, and a lot of our job also has to do with logistics, keeping track of where we put stuff, maintaining databases of equipment. asset management, that kind of thing. Your lovely home, Queen of the Slag. It'll probably be September before I get my 75 guard, close to thinking about Mordwarves or Mordor. I think there's fishing in the south in that large lake, but the region is not released at this time. That will be happy. I live in Kentucky and it's hotter than hell. With humidity today it was 112. Yeah, Omaha hasn't been very pleasant this week either. When I was a child, my family would travel to eastern Kentucky where my parents were born, and there's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. John Prine. Love John Prone, and you don't want to go to eastern Kentucky. Muhlenberg County is what he sings about. And yes, John Prine is the hidden jewel of America. Such a funny and tear-jerking songwriter, one of the best ever. That's not eastern Kentucky, that's on the border with me. I live in Davies County. We are central Kentucky. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County? That's it. It's been recorded by so many. Hello. There makes me cry. Oh, hello, and there makes me cry every time I hear it. John Denver covered it on Rocky Mountain High. I'm drinking for you, Big Ed. Thank you for that. We've been so busy tonight on stream, I've been neglecting my Coke Zero. Love playing my Mini. Me too, probably favorite to play at the time. One-shotting mobs with piercing cry is so rewarding. It was a protest song against coal mining, yep, that it was. I started playing all tunes to decide I love LM animations, but Mini is good, and then Warden. I have a hard time... Ninth Pawn, welcome. Good to see you, bud. I have a hard time playing Captains, Wardens, and Minstrels. When I tend to play, it's for longer stretches, and shouting character classes get old after an hour or two. I just don't always enjoy listening to them that much. I could have popped my landscape soldier, got an herbalist. Anyway, it's the timing about... Oh, it's the thing about Probe. All of his songs have meaning. My favorite song by him, though, is his duet with Steve Goodman, Souvenirs. He played here in town last year at a Bluegrass Fest. He was awesome. Oh, cool. That's really interesting. I had Coke Zero with my dinner tonight. Southern Belle. Congratulations. I saw him in Little Rock in the early 2000s. One of the best concerts I've attended. Okay, I think I'm caught up with chat, so... Hi, everybody. Glad I could finally join my own stream again. Oh, that's funny. Foe Slayer of Fushamgund. I was like, there's no point in killing these guys. I'll just ride in. And then I looked down and saw I was 49 out of 50 for another Slayer deed. So that's a thing. Elder James, howdy. The shouting is why you don't play dwarves? With dwarves, they feel slow to me. I don't know how else to put it. For some reason, hobbits don't feel slow, but when I play dwarves, they feel plodding and slow. And I know the animation speed is the same as every other race. I just get impatient when I play dwarves, and I'm just discriminatory against little people, I guess. Hobbits don't feel slow. And I know it's just me. It's in my head. But yeah, that's actually why I don't play dwarves. They just feel slow when I play them. Yep. Missed the ramp. Oh, that's what you don't want to do. Let's get stuck somewhere. Let's try this again. Hi, fellas. Good to see you again. There we go. Let's not miss that turn this time. So that's why I don't play dwarves. They feel slow to me. Brave Sir Ed ran away. Bravely ran away, array. Rambavams, howdy. The speed of a hobbit on horse is fast. Well, it looks fast. I just got stuck on the ramp and had to turn back around, that's all. I think Galadriel could be described as foolhardy, actually. I have no problem taking on 5 or 6 orcs at the same time. In combat, of course. Like I always say, anytime you're in Middle-earth, if you find yourself killing orcs, you're doing the right thing. Kill them all. Quest for the Holy Grail is one of the best films ever made. It is highly amusing. Twelve dead orc kind. Ah. 16 of 20. Dude, what the hell? A lot of stuns in here. It's almost like fighting our friends the half-trolls all over again. Come on. Of 20. Excellent. Look at me completing quests. Well, if I've done nothing else tonight, I've racked up a few more Lotro points. That's a pretty good deal. Arthur, howdy. Count Mustafa. Seven Hero just started watching. Hi, Seven. Sorry, just trying to catch up here. I hate you now, Sam Burke. Ministry of Funny Walks. Dead Parrot. Red Dwarf was pretty funny. I'd like a bit of Prem, please. That's Python again. Ridden on a horse. Do all the Lotro staff play on the same server? If so, what server is that? It's USA, I presume. Lotro streamers aren't necessarily staff. As a matter of fact, the only one who's on here regularly is Cordovan, the community manager. He streams at noon Eastern time on Thursdays. The rest of us are just volunteers who play Lotro and who stream on Twitch. And because we manage to do it reasonably consistently, we get to stream on the Lotro stream channel. I'm happy to do it, love showing off the game, but we stream from a variety of different servers. I play primarily on Arkenstone, Brandywine, and Crick Hollow, but I have characters on the other English-speaking servers as well. That includes Evernight, Gladden, and Landrevel. But, you know, we just use the channel to highlight the game, show off some of the content, and just let people know, hey, it's out there, it's still vibrant, it's fun to play, and you can come try it for free. So, yeah, I mean, what server Cordovan normally plays on, I honestly don't know. I hate to admit it. I usually don't get a chance to catch his streams, although I do sometimes go back and watch him on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and just do a search for Lotro, there's a Lotro channel, and that is where Standing Stone Games posts a lot of their video content, including replays of the Twitch streams here on Lotro's stream. So you can catch that over there. You can catch Lotro streams by Cordovan. I usually upload my streams unless they're real stinkers. Tonight will probably go up. This wasn't an incredibly dynamic stream by me, but I had fun. Hopefully you guys are having a good time as well. See what else we got going on here. The Four Yorkshiremen is my favorite sketch. Who'd have thought 30 years ago we'd be sitting here drinking Chateau de something wine? Hey, Josiah? I don't remember that one. The devs keep those things secret. No, most of them play on multiple servers, so I thought he meant the Lotro stream staff. Streamers are not staff, with the exception of Cordovan. Oh, you guys are way ahead of me on this stuff. Cordovan, the troll magnet. 'Tis but a scratch. I'm feeling better. And the streamers are scattered across EU and North America, and geographically as well. I feel so bad for him. John Vapor is lurking tonight. Glad to have you lurking with us. 7 Hero got here 10 minutes ago, Big Ed. I know. You know I'm always behind on chat. I get zoned out on the game. Druid's Fire says, when Cordovan, or more rarely Quartermaster U, stream regular characters, those are the only ones anyone at Standing Stone will reveal. Sadly, there are jerks who would troll devs when they're playing the game just for funsies. I'm spread out over all 10 servers, and before that, all 29. So, personally split. That's really cool. As a streamer of Lotro, did you get the 10-year anniversary box like Andang got? I'm happy to say that I did. They were kind enough, I guess it was Daybreak Games sent these out to us. I got a hat. I got a replica of the One Ring on a chain. I got my coffee mug. My coffee mug arrived broken, but we were able to glue it back together. I can't drink coffee out of it, but I can put things in it. Be okay for M&Ms. I just can't drink out of it. I don't think it's watertight anymore. But yeah, that was very nice of them. They sent out 10th anniversary gift boxes to most of the stream team. The stream team tends to be fluid. We have members come and go. People come and stream for a while, and then their situation changes, and they may leave the team temporarily, or they may decide they want to concentrate on their own personal channel. So who's actually streaming can vary from month to month, but it's mostly volunteers, as was said earlier, and it was very nice of them to think of us when they were handing out 10th anniversary goodies. I could use another one of these, I think.
How's my hair?
You look lovely, honey. Mrs. Mustafa is a sight to behold at the moment. She's walking around with her hair up in curlers. There you go, 07. Thanks for linking that. On Thursdays, he plays on Landerville. Both server, race, and class were voted by the viewers, if I remember right. That's very kind of them. I wish I got one too. I got one, but it didn't have the One Ring replica because it was a replacement for the one FedEx destroyed. I think I remember hearing about that, Druids. You poor thing. And the 7 Hero says they only sent those boxes so most of the Lotro streamers here and some in YouTube. I thought 10-year players got some too. They didn't give you a Lotro-themed Coke Zero koozie, but there's always next year. Yeah, I was joking the other night that you've still got plenty of time to become a Twitch streamer and join the Lotro stream team. And then for the 20th anniversary, the swag they're going to mail out for that is going to be way better than the 10th anniversary stuff. So you're going to want to get on board early so you can get in on that. That's why I'm sticking around. So just got 9.5 years to go, and that 20th anniversary swag box, I'm all over that. So you'll want to check that out. That's a thing.
Well met.
Well, I gotta go see the Relic Master too. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I drank that for no reason, just to free up a pack slot. Because that's how I roll. I am going to go see... I got turned around. Here's the door I'm looking for. I want to go back to the Vault Keeper before I forget what I was going to sock away.
What news do you bring, traveler?
What was I going to sock away? Not that. What do we get for war materials? Salt. Broken blades. Metal scrap. I know they're in here, I just saw them. There they are. Legendary fragments. And do I have an Essence Reclamation Scroll? Probably not. Imbued Legacy Replacement Scroll. Scrolls of Empowerment. Aren't I carrying some of those? Four Anphilis Scrolls of Empowerment. Hey, those went into inventory. Good news. Got 9 bound crystals and 7 unbound crystals. Handful of Starlet, one of Remembrance. Look at me cleaning up that inventory. Who'd have thunk? Alright, now you're probably wondering, why did I come all the way back to Dol Amrith? Well, for the quick and convenient fishing, of course. It's the one thing I haven't done yet tonight. We have eaten on camera, we have crafted, we've done inventory management, we've done task turn-ins. I have not yet fished. Hopefully I can catch a pet swan while I'm here. If you guys aren't asleep yet, this should put you under. Ooh, a white sturgeon.
I've caught perch before. And bass. Lots of bluegill.
A pike.
A pike. Perches are my favorite because they're adorable.
Mrs. Mustafa's talking. I can't hear a word she's saying because I got these cool noise-canceling headphones. These were not expensive headphones either. These are Nakamichi ANC80 headphones from Newegg. I got them on sale for $17.95 with free shipping. They sound great. They're comfortable to wear for long periods of time. When you activate the noise cancellation, it really drowns out everything else around you, including your wife. Sorry, honey. And the only downside is, and I wear them a lot, but I go through a pair of AAA batteries about once every 2 weeks, I'm guessing. But I mean, I'm probably getting 30 hours out of them. But it's a great pair of headphones on the cheap.
On the cheap.
On the cheap.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, I'm making fun of you. Making fun of you.
9-spine stickleback, dirty skull. Yep. I pulled the trigger too soon. I got excited. And who wouldn't be excited about fishing? Anyway, I think I've run out of stuff to do for Galadriel for tonight. And I'm about a half hour over time-wise, although there's nobody coming on after me, so I could keep going, but I think I've streamed just about the right amount for what I'm in the mood for tonight. So I want to thank everybody for watching and coming out. I had a good time. So what else we got going on here? Isengard Galaxy. Man, you guys type fast. Yay, fishing. 42, the hair question. Laugh at Elder James. More laughing at Elder James.
They like fishing, honey.
Everybody loves fishing. How's my hair? Does my butt look big in this? You really want to know what I really think? I will very bluntly tell you what I think without any white lies. Gallagher dress. No Coke Zero koozie. I remember Gallagher, the dude who smashes watermelons. 5-year character portrait, but not the 6-year. Why is that? You lose if you answer any of those either way. The Lotro Ranger has just started watching. Hello, Lotro Ranger. June 6th is too late. They base the date on the April cutoff. Can of Black. Bumbles maybe playing 1960 music with cigarettes? With the cigar? Well, Bumbles said there's no right answer to those questions. Even being asked those questions means that you were in trouble before it was asked. That is very true. I don't play social games. If you want to do that, find someone else. Late 60s and throughout the 70s is my favorite music, but I don't smoke, never have, but everyone else in my family did. Mind games. I might ask the hair question, but I don't think I've ever asked the butt one, and have no intention of ever putting anyone on the spot about it. That is very kind of you, Southern Belle. 42. Yay, fishing. Can of Black knows a good thing. Star Trek, it's 47. The show writers have said it's 42, adjusted for inflation. Pray the person you're answering is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. I just woke up. Arthalor, I'm glad the fishing could stimulate you awake. Isengard bids 5. Shot me those fish, Big Ed. I will put them on my smoker. So good. Yeah, Nakamichi. I was talking when I first got the headphones. I remember when they made the Nakamichi Dragon cassette deck. It was like a $12 or $1,700 tape deck. It's the only cassette recorder I've ever heard of that could actually record from 20 to 20,000 hertz, the full range of human hearing, and basically had the same fidelity as a CD, at least in terms of frequency response. I think it only had Dolby C noise reduction, so it wouldn't have had the same signal to noise ratio. But it was an auto-reversing cassette deck, and it had a robot door, and what it did was it would eject the tape out and mechanically flip it around and then pull it back in. And the whole point was to keep the separate record and playback heads fixed, so that if on an auto-reversing tape deck, the heads never align quite right because there's too much movement. And Nakamichi engineered the Dragon cassette deck to be as flawless as you could get a cassette deck at the time. And they only made very high-end audio gear and only a few different pieces at that. So I assume the company probably folded up and somebody bought the rights to use the name, because they wouldn't be making $29 headphones. But the headphones are very high quality. I took a roll of the dice on them because of the Nakamichi name, and I'm glad to say they've really turned out to be terrific. Probably too dark in here to see it, but I'll hold the Nakamichi logo up. I don't know if that's going to show up or not. It might show up. It might show up better if it's in front of the monitor. We'll see. Yeah, too dark when I hold it up right to the camera. I'm not a smart man. Great headphones, really like them. Lightweight, comfortable, great noise canceling. You just have to keep some extra double or triple A's around. Mrs. Mustafa stopped off at Dollar Tree and bought some more tonight, as a matter of fact. And that might be why I'm going through batteries so fast. I'm using some of the Sunbeam AAA batteries that are 8 for $1 at the dollar store. So if I bought Duracells or Energizers, they might last a month or two instead. What else do we need to do? I was getting ready to log off. White Sturgeon away. Pike away. Dirty Skull. 9-spine Stickleback. I do like to fish. Let's see, the Forge Master. Critical damage multiplier. I guess I could loot those too. Anyway. Yeah, I was starting to say goodbye, and then I got caught up in chat again. Ninth Pawn already said thanks for the stream. Yeah, Ninth Pawn, Aurora Ember. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. Arthur says thanks for the stream. Gonna play yourself. Good. Yeah, by all means play Lotro, and if you're just chillaxing and not in the best batteries are the ones you can get from a contractor supply store, not your regular Duracell or Energizers. Yeah, you can get some pretty inexpensive nickel metal hydride rechargeables at like Harbor Freight or something like that. The 7 Hero, thank you for streaming Lotro. I want to give some shout outs to some terrific people who stopped by here tonight. If you have not seen Spilo yet, he must have left chat. I was hoping he would still pop up. His name is much longer than Spilo. But he was here earlier. Druid's Fire, of course, kicked things off for us tonight. Always a pleasure to follow up with her because she Does a great job streaming, gets everybody in a good mood, and then I get to show up and continue on from that. The 7 Heroes streams Sunday nights right here on Lotro Stream. You can simply click his name and you have the chance to follow him. You can do the same with Druid's Fire. Jerosi stopped by earlier. Jerosi is also a fellow stream team member. Lots of great folks hung out with us here tonight. I'm always grateful for my fellow streamers to hang. Always makes the night fun. Still have my Marantz Sony and ADC stereo system I bought overseas in '77. It is now worth what I paid for it, and it still works. Actually, you'd be surprised. Old audio gear, particularly the good high-end stuff, still trades very well on eBay. I was surprised. I have some Marantz stuff. I had a separate amp, preamp, and tuner set up before I had a problem years ago when I finally replaced our 32-inch 4x3 aspect ratio tube JVC television. I had a big entertainment center to house all of my separate components that was designed for a 4x3 television. And when we decided to get a 1080p television with a 16:9 aspect ratio, I had to replace the entertainment center. You can't find anything nearly that big anymore, so it necessitated me getting rid of the separates and going with a Yamaha audio-video receiver and downsizing our list of audio components considerably. And I sold some of the stuff off, but I still have a couple of pieces. I've got a Marantz amp and preamp out in the garage. One of these days I'll pull those out and list them on eBay. But some of that stuff still brings good money, and the folks who know good audio equipment still trade for that pretty regularly. Just when I thought I got out, they pulled me back in. Exactly. Druid's Fire gets people pumped and hyped, and then Big Ed comes and then puts them to sleep. And then I make them watch fishing. Marana and Thorin's turntable. Yeah, audio gear used to be fun back in the day. Now people think they don't need a stereo system because they can plug earbuds into their phone. That's alright, long as you're listening to music. It used to be fun back in the day. What did I just click on? Now people think they don't need a stereo system because they can plug ear... Nobody wants to hear me talk, especially me. Alright. Druid's Fire's falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. Let's see if there's anybody out there who's streaming Lotro we can go raid and say hello to. Bloodstream's playing Lotro. Let's go raid Blood. Blood is another Lotro streamer, and he's a much prettier man than I am. So I'm going to count silently down from 10, and when you go to Bloodborne's channel, you can just cut and paste the end of this message. We'll do a Lotro stream raid. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm counting down to 10, and then I'm going to switch over to Bloodborne. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I will see you guys all again very soon.